Hello guys, welcome to this video. In this video we are going to look at legislative control over delegated legislation, actually through the lens of administrative law. So the legislature is a level of government that usually makes the laws of the land. It can even modify the laws of the land or altogether ban some laws on the land. So definitely it is a very important body because all administrative agencies have a guideline. They work according to the guidelines of the law. So the legislature is the one that makes these laws, and in so doing is able to exercise some kind of control over delegated legislation. So administrative bodies will only work according to the limits or the permits that they have according to the law. So we have to understand that the legislature controls the delegated legislation in some ways. These are some of the ways in which the legislature can control or controls delegated legislation. One is through conducting periodic examination. Periodic examinations such as interviews with key officials of the government who hold top positions, especially in the government. So when we talk about periodic checks and balances and periodic interviews and questioning processes, this enable the legislature to have, in a way, control over delegated legislation by calling top-notch officials into questionings, and in order to understand what is happening in their department. Then another way through which the legislature controls delegated legislation is that the legislature can disband a public agency by means of legislation. So if a public agency is unable to meet the standards of what is expected, then the legislature can easily disband it by means of legislation. So another way through which the legislature controls delegated legislation is that the legislature determines the do's and don'ts that the public body can engage in. In other words, it sets the law and it decides what the law should be. So the legislature is very, very important, especially when it comes to the question of controlling public agencies, because at the end of the day, all delegated legislation is exercised on the template provided by the legislative level of government. Thank you for watching this video. Like, share and subscribe.